Because you're full of your lies and your fucking games. It's time. It really is. It's time. It's time the other countries come in and blow the hell out of this country. Okay? It's time the global elite go ahead and get their population reduction. Yep, this time. So, kiss America goodbye. I hope you enjoyed it while you had it. And the only reason you lost it is because you're ignorant and stupid. See you in the next video. Yep.
Hey Paolo, it's started, okay? You guys come the other side.
Protests turned fiery, then deadly in the northern Haitian city of Cap-Haïtien on Monday and Tuesday. Peacekeepers suddenly the catalyst for conflict. UN armored personnel.
You're getting a glimpse of the absolute worst of it in Haiti. Images taken Friday by the Associated Press show bodies filling the street in the capital, Port-au-Prince. There are fears that this may
Alright, Shalom brothers. Once again, this is Akad Lamad down here with Man Up Jacob. You know, all honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Shai, you know, for allowing all the brothers in the camps, starting with the elders to whom I'm giving double honor, to bring out this word with truth, rough, rugged, raw, the way it's supposed to be brought out, condemning this place, America, condemning all the wicked people in it. Alright, and first, before I get started, I just want to say Salakia for not bringing out a lesson in the past 2 weeks. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this one and try to keep the ball rolling. Alright, now the subject we're getting into basically is the elders have basically been covering this, all the camps pretty much, but the elders have done a lot of sit downs covering this subject, but basically how America is obviously on its way out, but there's going to be a lot of chaos that's going to hit this place before it finally gets destroyed by missiles. Alright, and as you can see if you're paying attention to the news, alright, there is a lot of stuff going on elsewhere in these other countries, alright, across the pond. Okay, over there in Europe, you got stuff going on in Ireland and Greece, in France, which was probably the most recent in terms of rioting and all that with the students, which I believe what happened there was the government there, they raised the tuition rates for college, and so the students obviously, you know, they raised it up to, I guess, something ridiculous. You know, I'll find the article and put it up, and so they started rioting over there. You know, I mean, getting into it with the cops throwing Molotovs, cocktails, you know, setting cars on fire, doing all kind of shit, man. And that's just gonna come here soon, okay? Y'all saw earlier this year and late last year the riots in Greece and Ireland and such, okay? But all that shit's gonna come here, okay? Alright? Because right now, as far here as in America goes, or Salaka, right here as far as America goes, it really hasn't been touched by anything super major, alright? Now, albeit you've had pockets of violence and chaos, you know, break out here and there in America a lot the past year, okay? But there hasn't really been anything just major, alright? These people ain't really felt what these other countries are feeling. But that's about to come here. That's why we're going to start out with the scripture here in Isaiah the 47th chapter. because America's about to feel all that chaos and all that pain that these other countries are feeling right now. All right, and ultimately, America is the cause of all the chaos that these other countries are feeling, because the whole world economy, basically, a majority of these countries, they are looking towards to see how America's economy is doing. All right, if America's economy it starts to go to shits, their economies go to shits. All right, so that's just another reason as to why all these other countries are in chaos. But ultimately, like I said, all that shit is gonna come right here. All right, the Most High is setting America, this bitch America, up for last. He's saving the best for last here. All right, it may have seemed like stuff has slowed down here in the past months, you know, ever since the summer. It may have seemed like things have slowed down, but the Most High is basically setting up his checkmate for America. And when he basically makes that final move, then it's going to just hit like clockwork. All these prophecies is going to be a domino effect. You're going to see some real crazy madness going on here in America, alright? But without further ado, let's start getting into these scriptures. So like I said, first I'm going to start with Isaiah 47 chapter. I'm going to read down, I think, to about 11. Alright, and it says, Isaiah 47:1, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit on the ground." What does it mean, first off, sit in the dust? The dust represents confusion. Alright, now, when you read in the scriptures, America is known as Babylon the Great. Alright, like we're reading right here, it's talking about Babylon, alright, the virgin daughter of Babylon, or Babylon the Great. Revelation 18 says Great Babylon is fallen. That's talking about the destruction. It's talking about here in America. What does Babylon mean? It means confusion. Alright, going back all the way to Genesis, the what is it, the 10th or the 11th chapter with Nimrod. Right? It says, "There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt be no more called tender and delicate." Salakia. Now, earlier it said, "O virgin daughter of Babylon." Why does it say, "O virgin daughter of Babylon"? Alright, because there was an ancient Babylon, but this is the new Babylon. Alright, the modern day Babylon. And like I said earlier, other than the Civil War, which that was mainly infighting, that wasn't from that war wasn't from like some outside country. That's pretty much the only war that's been fought here on the soils of America. Alright, so this is the virgin daughter, because there hasn't really been just straight all out war here on the shores of America. Alright, but that's coming. And it says, "Thou shalt be no more called tender and delicate." And all these countries are seeing that, which is another thing I want to get into, because all these other countries are now, which we're going to go to, are starting to see America for what she really is, and starting to see particularly this fucking white man for what he really is. And then all these countries are now starting to not want to have any dealings with America. Alright, that's why you had this guy, Prophetic Seer. He basically did a video and he brought out an article. Alright, and basically Russia and China, they said the hell with the dollar. They're not going to use it for trade anymore, because they see that the dollar's not worth shit anymore. I believe the Canadian dollar is worth more than the US dollar. Alright, and that's never happened. For going back all the way or earlier this decade, you know, the 80s and 90s or whatever, the American dollar has always been the stronger of the two over here on this side of the earth. But now the Canadian dollar is stronger, and all these other countries are seeing it. That's why they just don't want any more dealings with the dollar. Alright, and once these other countries stop trading and dealing with the dollar, then it's going to result to all out chaos over here in America, because then that dollar is going to get even worse. Because you already know that these guys are...
The people were literally burning it in furnaces to stay warm. The problem and severity of this situation cannot be underestimated. What people in Washington are thinking right now, no one knows.
Yes, so what's they're thinking now, but generally, what is the future for the dollar, just briefly?
Depression as it is.
Very good question, and you asked...
It's escaping me right now. Unemployment is at an all-time high, and it continues to go higher. Alright, along with that, people are losing jobs, and it just so happens that a lot of this madness that's about to hit America, a lot of this chaos, is coming right during